Hey everyone, listen, we all know the feeling. You're hyped for your trip, you've got your boarding pass, you're practically vibrating with excitement. And then, bam, you remember you have to navigate the airport. It's like a necessary evil, right? But some airports, man, they take it to another level. We're talking about the kind of places that can turn your dream vacation into a travel nightmare. So I'm here to give you the lowdown on the 7 worst airports in the world. We're talking overcrowded terminals, delayed flights, confusing layouts, the whole 9 yards. Consider this your survival guide, your heads up, your, hey, maybe book a flight somewhere else, warning. If you're lucky enough to be planning a trip soon, you're going to want to pay attention. Because trust me, you don't want to end up stranded in one of these places. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading over to the Philippines, to Manila's Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Now, I've heard stories about this place, and let me tell you, they don't do it justice. Imagine this. You step off the plane, already exhausted from your flight, and you're immediately hit with a wall of heat and humidity. You fight your way through throngs of people, desperately searching for your gate, only to find out your flight's delayed. But the delays, oh, they're just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about reports of rude staff, dirty bathrooms, and a serious lack of places to even sit down. And don't even get me started on the Wi-Fi, or lack thereof. Look, I get it. Traveling to Southeast Asia is amazing, but if you can avoid landing in Ninoy Aquino, you'll be doing yourself a huge favor. Next up, we're flying over to Africa, to Juba International Airport in South Sudan. Now, this airport is notorious for its lack of basic amenities. And I'm not talking about fancy lounges or high-end restaurants. I'm talking about the essentials: air conditioning, clean water, you know, the things you'd expect a functioning airport to have. But that's not all. Juba International is also plagued by frequent flight delays and cancellations. So, not only are you stuck in an airport with limited facilities, but there's a good chance you'll be there for much longer than you anticipated. If you're planning a trip to South Sudan, be prepared for a challenging airport experience. All right, let's talk about Port Harcourt International Airport in Nigeria. This airport has gained a reputation for its, shall we say, less than stellar customer service. Reports of unhelpful staff, long lines, and general disorganization are pretty common. And when you're trying to navigate the often chaotic world of air travel, the last thing you need is a bunch of obstacles thrown your way by the people who are supposed to be helping you. But it's not just the customer service that's lacking. The airport itself is in dire need of some TLC. We're talking about outdated facilities, limited seating, and a general feeling of neglect. If you're flying into or out of Port Harcourt, just be prepared to keep your expectations in check. Our next stop takes us to Central Asia, to Tashkent International Airport in Uzbekistan. Now, this airport is a bit of a maze. Its layout is confusing, to say the least, and it's easy to get turned around. And trust me, the last thing you want when you're already stressed about catching your flight is to feel like you're lost in a foreign country. But the confusion doesn't stop there. Tashkent International is also known for its long wait times. We're talking about lengthy queues for security, immigration, and even just to use the bathroom. So if you're flying through Tashkent, make sure you pack your patience. You're going to need it. Okay, I know this one might be controversial, but hear me out. Santorini, Greece. Beautiful island, stunning views, right? But the airport, not so much. Santorini, Thera National Airport is tiny, like really small, and it gets absolutely slammed with tourists, especially during peak season. We're talking about massive crowds, limited seating, and a general feeling of chaos. And once you're off the plane, good luck finding a taxi or transfer. The lines can be insane. Look, I love Santorini, but the airport experience, it can definitely put a damper on your trip. Speaking of Greece, let's talk about Chania International Airport on the island of Crete. Now, this airport is a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, it's relatively small and easy to navigate, but on the other hand, it's known for its outdated facilities and long security lines. We're talking about cramped waiting areas, limited food options, and a general lack of modern amenities. And let's not forget about those security lines. Be prepared to channel your inner Zen master, because you might be standing there for a while. Last but not least, we're heading over to Nepal, to Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu. Now, this airport is known for its, shall we say, unique challenges. We're talking about frequent power outages, which can lead to all sorts of delays and disruptions. And the maintenance? Well, let's just say it leaves something to be desired. But the real kicker, the wildlife. Yes, you heard that right. Tribhuvan International is known for having birds and other animals inside the airport. So if you're afraid of flying, this might not be the airport for you. So there you have it, the 7 worst airports in the world. Hopefully this video has given you a heads up about what to avoid when planning your next trip. Remember, traveling should be fun. And while you can't always control the airport experience, you can definitely make informed decisions to try and minimize the stress. If you've got any airport horror stories of your own, share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips and guides. Safe travels, everyone.